Hi everyone, it's Raquel Bowman here, and today I'm here to share with you a new layout using the November hip kits. What I've used is some of the exclusive cut files for November. Most of them are Nicole's cut files, and I've cut them on some white cardstock as well as the exclusive cut paper by Kim Watson that has like a wood grain print to it. I had in my mind as soon as I saw the trees in Nicole's cut files that I wanted to create a feature of one of them and that I wanted to base my layout around then. And I thought it'd be perfect to use the tree to scrapbook photos of our family decorating our Christmas tree this year. So I've been making sure that I've been taking plenty of photos so far this December, and it's been really nice to sort of pull out the camera and capture those little moments that we've had. So these particular photos were on December the 1st, so I've got a thing about always putting the tree up on the 1st of December, and I'd snapped a few photos of the kids popping decorations on our tree. It's also the first time that we've had a real Christmas tree and not just one of the plastic ones, so that was a bit exciting as well and different for us all. So what I'm doing here is Kim Watson designed this ombre look pattern paper, and I thought that it would be really cool to back the tree with that so that it sort of shows a gradient on the tree as well. So I really like the look that gave. And then I was trying to decide between whether I wanted this 4x6 photo or 3 of these 2x3 photos on, I think they're a bit smaller actually than a 2x3 on the layout, and I sort of couldn't decide at this point, and I did fiddle a little bit trying to work out a basic placement. So I knew I definitely wanted to use the tree, I wanted my photos, and I also wanted to put the word joy somewhere. I also made sure that when I used my Cameo that I cut a few extra things. So I cut some extra stars in the spare spaces. I cut some of the swirls that look a bit like streamers, party streamers, and you'll see my daughter passing me a decoration there. And I what else did I cut? I think it was mainly stars that I cut that I thought I might use on the background to add a bit of extra texture. And here I'm pulling out, I knew I wanted to, for this layout, have sort of that teal, silver and the wood grain in colours. So I've mainly kept and selected embellishments and bits and pieces that coordinate with those colours. I've adhered my photos in a bit of a photo strip, and I was I'm happy with how the layout turned out, but it took me a while to sort of get to that happy point of where everything was placed, and I was feeling like there was a lot going on at one point, and I felt I was losing a bit of my design or balance that I like to have. In the end, I'm happy, but it did take me a while to get to that point. I have to apologise in advance because I thought that my SD card had only about 5 things on it, and I popped it into the computer tonight. It kept cutting out while I was recording and only letting me record maybe a minute at a time, and I wouldn't always notice when it switched off. So this video compared to my others might be a bit choppy, and I'm sorry for that. What I discovered when I popped it into the computer tonight was that it had stored every single video that I've done in the last probably 2 years on this card. And so I've deleted those, and now it's telling me I have 3 hours of recording time compared to 8 at a go. So I'm pretty rapt about that I can sort of start recording and not be worried about time and filling up a card too quickly. Anyways, so yeah, I do apologise in advance if it does cut out in at certain points, and it also finishes very early, and that's why I started investigating this evening why it kept cutting out, and then I discovered how full it was. What I am doing now is I've pulled out some of the veneer. I thought because I've tied in the wood grain, the veneer obviously goes perfect with that. So I've pulled out the one that says trim the tree and a little circle and an arrow. The little circle has the word joy and another tree on it. And I've gathered the silver glittered foam pieces as well, and sort of picked out a couple of those that I thought might look nice. Now with this swirly piece, I had in my mind that I would try and create what looks like, I suppose, tinsel or a decoration on the tree. So that's what I was hoping that it looked like once the layout's finished, so fingers crossed it does. But my idea was that it would work like a decoration on the tree. I've placed some of gathered some of the Pink Fresh Studio embellishments that I thought might match, and what I'm doing right now is just backing that word joy on that ombre paper again. I just wanted something to help it pop that little bit more, and that did take me a little while, so it's cut out again and we're back to where it's finished, which is lucky for you because it was a bit time consuming. I had traced around, that didn't take the long part, but cutting out the center of the joy of the O took me a little bit longer. I have placed some of the white stars on the page, and as I mentioned earlier, I just wanted those for a bit of extra texture, so although they don't stand out massively, they still add another element to the page. And I'm cutting out right now a cute little bear from the Pink Fresh Studio paper, and I've popped that down in that bottom left corner. I do take a few things off the page that I've got on there right now once I've finished. So here there isn't much stuck to the page, so I actually need to pretty much take everything off and then adhere it all back down. I'm punching out a few stars just from a silver piece of pattern paper that I have, and here I'm just starting to stick everything down. I do go shortly and sew along the top strips and bottom strips of the page, and I also sew around the entire tree just to give it that little bit more texture as well. And I do sew over this sort of decorative part of the tree. So here I've already taken it away, I've stitched it up, and now I'm just applying some foam, and unfortunately this is where my video cuts out. So basically I just finish it up. As you can see, I've pretty much kept it the same as what it was, but I've added either a few little bits and pieces or taken away some of those other elements that were on it when I was planning. I hope that you've enjoyed the video. I apologize that it wasn't to my usual quality, but I will see you back soon. Bye.